Okay, so I made an announcement last week that I was going to be announcing something very big that I have been working on with a former fellow contestant on Survivor China. And so I am here to give you the announcement. I'm I'm so excited. I don't even know if words can express because this is something I've thought about for a long time, but like I'm pulling the trigger finally. And I have somebody doing it with me. It is a podcast and it is called Beyond the Torch. And what we're going to be doing is not only sharing our stories, but we're also going to be interviewing other survivors. And just how did the game impact you? Where are you now? Are you glad you did it? Are you sad you did it? Was it good or bad? You know, all the things. I'm so excited. And I can't imagine doing this without one of my favorite people in the entire world. So with no further ado, this is the guy who's going to be doing.
Surprise!
I am excited that you're doing this with me, Todd. I can't hardly stand it.
Leslie, I am so excited too. Honestly, so here's the funny thing, okay? I have told people for years and years that I will never, ever, ever make a podcast. You asked me, and I said yes within what, 10 minutes?
Yes. I mean, I was shocked.
Yeah, I love the idea. I think it's such a fun idea because it's not your typical strategy, blindsides, hidden idols, episode recap. It's more of like, what have you been doing? Where are you at now? How's life? And getting to know people outside of the game.
Yes. And how did this show, did it change the trajectory of your life? Or was it like just another day? You know what I mean? Like some people don't want anything to do with it. And I hope we can talk to them because I want to know why. I want the tea.
Me too. Like,
So,
why disappear off of the face of the planet? Yeah.
Right.
Not too.
Yeah, so we're not going to quit. Like we're going to find these people. So we do have an assignment for you, the viewers. And what that assignment is basically we need you to tell us who you want to hear from. Maybe there's somebody, I know I keep hearing, I've kind of been fishing a little bit. Things like Dolly, people want to know where she's at.
Dolly, that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? And I've heard, a couple of people are like, where's Amanda? I don't know. I mean, she was on our tribe. She was one of us, but
My mission to
knowing-
find her.
yeah, Todd's
We
gonna.
do define her.
Yes, we do. So there's a bunch of people. And then, of course, we've already got some great, I'm not going to tell you who yet, but really great interviews lined up. And this is going to be different, guys. This is not strategy. This is not, gossip. Well, maybe a little.
Oh,
Maybe,
Leslie,
maybe a little.
I won't be on a podcast if there's not gossip.
And as if you know me, okay, maybe you don't realize the journey that I've been on, but I was Sister Christian. I was also Mama to Todd. He wrote Mama when he voted me out.
Again.
But he felt really bad about it, so that's okay. But and so you probably are like, oh God, is she going to get all religious? No. For one thing, I need some levity in my life. I do a podcast right now called Honoring the Journey, and it is very, very heavy. There's a lot of stuff in there that, it's just a lot, and I love it. I want to do it forever, but I also want to do something that's fun, that sort of reconnects me to the survivor community. And I thought this would be such a great way to do it. Plus, I'm nosy. I want to know what people are doing.
Well, and one of my favorite things about people in general is everybody has a story. And not everybody gets to tell their story. And, whether it be like something outrageous and crazy or just simple and fun, like, home with a family now. Like, we all have a crazy story. I know my story is crazy. And sometimes I look back and I think it was a different lifetime. So I want to hear other people's.
Well, and like I said, okay, sometimes you hear rumors. Maybe people have heard rumors about you, Todd. Let's set the record straight.
Oh,
Let's tell people this is what happened. This was my life. This is where I'm at now. Move on. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that there might be some people on here already that I've booked who have some records to set straight. And I love this. It's giving our survivor family an opportunity to take the microphone and just be authentic and just talk about their situation and their experience on the show. You guys, it's an amazing experience. Todd and I, we got out there. We were such fans of the show that we would not stop talking about it. Remember that, Todd?
Of course. Because
Sorry, my dog.
We're the only two. Oh, Leslie and I were the only two that were like super diehard fans in China. There were other fans, but we were the Survivor super fans. And so we were talking about other seasons and other players and whatnot until we finally got told that we were not allowed to anymore because they can't put that on the show. So, yes,
Which we didn't understand. I was like, why would you want us to talk about it? This is amazing. And they're like, no, we don't do that. So we got in trouble, but now we're not going to get in trouble. We can talk about it all we want, Todd. Are you
Yes.
still watching? Are you still deep into it?
I still watch. I still pick a favorite. I still root for people every single season. So yeah, I'm still a super fan. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe not as crazy as I once upon a time was. Like I used to know what people's luxury items were. I knew what their hometown was. Not that crazy anymore, but
Yeah.
still a super fan.
Oh yeah. Well, I love the show. I think I don't know what happened the last couple seasons. I just didn't get into it. And it made me kind of sad. I'm like, what is happening? But I think there's been a lot going on in my life, which I will get into on my episode. But and I think that it was just a lot to try to keep up with. I'll be real, all these advantages and clues and idols. And I was like, I don't like everybody at this point at at tribal council seems to be immune, from
Yes. It's a big difference, that's for sure. I mean, I was having a hard time getting into the new era season as well until 47. And then 47 happened and it's one of my top 5.
really. Okay, I gotta watch it.
I
Well, I'm
love
gonna watch 47 and 48. Those are the two I haven't watched. And I am going to because it's unfair for me to do a podcast about survivors and not know who they are. So I'm gonna have to binge. It'll be great. And of course, we're both looking forward to 50, seeing
Yes.
a lot of our friends out there kicking
It's
butt.
the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to see the cast of David versus Goliath. Like Angelina Christian and Mike White. Cannot wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be really fun. And I was thinking, that's another reason I wanted to do this podcast. I feel like, Survivor 50 is coming around. Can you believe that?
No,
We were 15,
yeah.
like so long ago. And I thought this is a great way to celebrate and just, I don't know, like the show. And it is such a legend. It is the best reality show and the longest running, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and the most amazing players that are now doing other shows, which is so amazing. So super excited about it.
I honestly can't wait to. I mean, 50 is going to be great. This podcast, we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And, get to know some of these people. We get to see what they're like on TV, but I want to get to know them.
Well, here's something that I say all the time, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, Todd. I feel like on Survivor, you're a one-dimensional character. You like they don't look at your because for me, I was Sister Christian out there, literally. Like they did not show any of my strategy, which by golly, we had such a good strategy, Todd. Cross tribal alliances. We were playing the game together.
Yes.
And it got me voted out, but they made it look like I was voted out because I'm a Christian.
Because
Or
we're Christian.
yeah, and it's so funny. I'm like, "Ugh." So you get to hear stuff like that, like the behind the scenes, like I did this, but it wasn't shown. It was just so cool, These are the fun stories we're going to get to hear. We're going to get to know, like, did the show change your life? Did you think it would and it didn't? Because that's 90% of it.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting because I think I'm one of the few who didn't think that it would change my life, and it did.
Yeah.
Don't know what I was thinking. Like, I went on a TV show. Of course, it's going to change my life.
Well, it is. It's just weird being a part of just such a huge cultural phenomenon. And
Yes.
we have that. Nobody can take that away from us. And so now I'm just excited to shine the light on our fellow Survivor contestants and just get to know where they're at and their thoughts on everything. Like, and also like, why did they try out? I mean, Todd and I tried
Yes.
out because we were obsessed with it.
Yes. That's one of the things that I've actually been super curious is I want to ask everybody, like, what made you want to play this game in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, what was your desire to be on the show? Because a lot of the people on new seasons, especially, they're newer fans.
Right.
And so what got them into it? Was it COVID? Were they binge watching during COVID and then they decided to apply? I mean, those kinds of things I find super interesting. So when we're asking now for the viewers and the fans who they want to see, I want people to think outside of the box, think deep, because there's your very, stereotype big names, but who else that you haven't heard from in years and years do you want to see?
Colleen. We got to find Colleen.
Pauline would be crazy.
Oh my gosh, she's such a cutie pie. I loved her. Loved her. Season 1. We gotta get as many as we can from season 1.
Old school.
Yes. Richard Hatch. What's he up to? Anyway, I'm super excited about this. So you guys hear it. You have like, an assignment now. You have to let us know who you want to hear from. Give us some questions that you want answered. And, what are you wondering most about Survivor? And, we are going to do our best to bring you exactly the show that you deserve. And, a lot of you have been fans. A lot of you have probably been trying out for 50 seasons. And I want to know. Oh, you know what? This is a great question, Todd. We
Wow.
should bring somebody on here who has tried out a bunch and never got picked, but never quit, and
Yes.
just give them a moment. You know what I mean? Maybe we can do something like that.
It would be really cool to find people who are at our finals casting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
You know
remember
what I
that?
mean? Like
Yeah.
who are in our finals. I actually remember speaking to a girl who was, I think, in the running for like the Jamie role, the blonde.
Yeah.
She messaged me after and she was like, I remember you from casting. I was so close. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, that sucks.
But
Yeah. I tried out 11 times. How many times you try out?
3.
3. He tried out 3 times. You got to keep going. Like when somebody tells me I tried out for Survivor, I'm like, yeah, but how many times?
Like you had to be 21 when was young. And so like I had to wait before I could. And so once I turned 21 is when I started.
That's so fun. I definitely, I don't know. When I first saw it, I'm like, who would do this on purpose? Like, this is so stupid. And then I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh. And then season 2, Australia,
Oh
that
yeah.
one killed me. I was like, oh, these people are so freaking cool. I
Yes.
want to do this. And then season 3 with Ethan.
Ah.
Yeah, I literally, that finale is when I was done. I was like, I got to do this. I got to do it.
My trajectory actually kind of follows yours because I was 15 when season 1 came out. And so season 1, I was just thought it was super cool. Season 2, I kept telling myself like this would be so fun.
Yeah.
I was still a kid, and so like as high school went on is when I like started to think like one day I want to do this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And it became my goal, my one goal.
Yeah. And I want to talk to Todd during your episode, Todd. Be thinking about this answer because it's coming up. I really want to know, like, when you were playing, like, did you just know, like, do winners know they're going in the right direction the whole time? Those are the kinds of things I want to get into your head. I want to understand. And then, like, did you, like, after it was over, having been so young and have already won $1 million, uh, met your lifelong goal? Because I'm telling you, there is something about when you reach a goal that you've been working for a while, it's like, now what do I do? You know what I mean?
I went through it.
I'm sure you did. I cannot wait to dig deep and find out more about all of that process and where you are today with all of that, because
Absolutely.
this stuff matters, man. I remember the night before I left for China, I told my husband, I said, our family is about to grow because I believe that everybody we meet in our lives, and I believed it then even, there's a reason and they're a connection and I'm just I love connecting and understanding people and hearing their stories. And so I didn't know it would have the impact that it actually had on my life. Such a big one. You're a big part of that, my friend. Very big part. But yeah, you guys, this show is amazing. It has literally, there are people alive right now, think about it, who don't know life without Survivor. Like,
It's
been
been
there
on
their
since
whole
we were
life.
born.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane to think about. I'll get messages from people who say like I was 4 when your season was on. So I didn't watch, then just don't have watched it since. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me.
I know. So fun.
Really awesome at the same time.
Well, and this podcast, it will be on YouTube, but it's also going to be on any podcast app that you use to get your podcasts. And it's not going to be probably till the end of August, but we are gathering stories, we are gathering ideas. We do have an Instagram. Please come follow us, Beyond the Torch with Todd and Leslie. We're going to have TikTok, we're going to have Facebook, and just a place to to gather and talk about just the greatest show I think that's ever been on television.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
I know. So you guys make sure you're paying attention. We're going to put all of the links, here on this announcement, so you can find us. You can, we'll be ready. We're going to be ready probably the end of August. I want to get a bunch of episodes in the can before we go public, but I do want you to get excited about it, and I want you to give us ideas and who are you wanting to see the most and why, and what are some questions you have for them. All of this stuff matters. This isn't just a show for me and Todd. This is a show for you, the Survivor fanatics, the Survivor fans.
I'm excited. It's a way to connect with the fans. It's a way to connect with the Survivor community. The Survivor community is so important to both of us. It was something before I was a contestant. It's been something since I was a contestant. And so the fact that this is just another opportunity to kind of bring us together makes me so happy.
Yeah, me too. Plus, we get to hang out again. We haven't done that in a while. We get too busy, so now we have to be intentional. It's pretty awesome.
Yes.